Wild cotton hails from subtropical climates, and Ghana has made the most of its geographical position to lead in the manufacture of cotton cloth. Large-scale production became possible in the 1800s when industrialists like Mr Woodin set up his textile factories here in West Africa. These days, world market forces make local production a challenge.
At the end of the 80s, there were over 25,000 people employed in the textile industry in Ghana. But sadly, nowadays, due to cheap Chinese imports and knockoff imitations, there are just over 1,000 left, 900 of which are here in this very factory, one of the few remaining authentic manufacturers of textiles in Africa. They start with locally sourced cotton like this and end with beautiful products like the one I'm wearing right now.
Whilst the fabric has been made for well over 7,000 years, the invention of the cotton gin to separate seeds from fiber cut the hours needed to make it.
We know the whole process starts here with this cotton. What happens next?
Once the cotton is weaved, it comes out as a garment. It is known here as grey, and this is a typical example.
For a fabric we wear in some way every day, it's good to know its origins. Like the fact that the word cotton is originally Arabic.
After the cloth had been fed into the first machine, the cloth now comes out from the machine free of flaps. It is then channeled to a basin where the starch that was used in weaving is taken out of the cloth. The cloth then stays in a pit for some time.
As a growing number of Western shoppers look for responsibly sourced and manufactured garments that benefit countries which grow the original crop, factories like this may have held on long enough to benefit.
From the center machine, the cloth is ready to be printed. The rotary screen machine can print as much as 12 designs on one fabric. The cloth is then fed into the final machine, that is the baking oven, which bakes all the process that the cloth has attained during the production process.
Whether plain dyed or metallic, every 2 weeks they put out new fabric designs and never repeat the same pattern, which makes brand marketing manager Georgina Mensah's job a pleasure.
Georgina, that was honestly one of the most eye-opening experiences I've ever had in my life. I just love how clean the factory is and how passionate each and every person is about what they're doing.
From here, everything is packaged nicely and distributed, sent out to our retail outlets. And we also have our designers using them, translating them into exciting fashion statements. So if you'd like to see how this all comes together, then you must be at the fashion shoot.
Often the first to enjoy access to these finished fabrics, designer Ajipoma Mensah's advice on wearing them is that petite women should wear large prints and smaller prints are best for curvy or voluptuous women.
It must be so inspiring as a designer to work with these beautiful African fabrics.
I love the stencil work of the African print. It's the new evolution this decade, and the geometry that comes with the African print. The color work is really amazing, and each time I come up with a new collection, it really inspires me to come up with my silhouettes. Looking at my model, I added a bit of paint work to the prints to give it an artistic vibe. So basically, this is a figurine head. I mixed in a bit of fabric paints here and there, and that's what's made the garment what it is. And then the other pieces have a bit of cutouts and a bit of stencil work involved with a bit of tools. So that's what makes it stand out, I guess.
If fashion can follow music's trend, which sees African musicians find a market in countries on the continent, then garments like these will do better and better.
We think in South Africa we're fashion conscious. The Ghanaians take it to a whole different level. There's a very nuanced understanding of fashion, a very young population, much like in South Africa. And if you walk around Accra, on every single corner you'll find a tailor. And I think it speaks to a really fashion conscious youth here. And it's nice for South Africans to see what's happening in other cultures. The really nationalist understanding of the fabrics, bringing in symbols and ethnic traditions, I think, in the way that they use their clothes. And I think it would inspire a lot of us down south.
Social media and style blogs are establishing these looks as equally desirable as Western ones, and photographer Xavier Sarr plays his part.
Xavier, is there a more beautiful place in the world to shoot than Africa?
I've shot in so many places in Africa, but this is one of the best that I've ever been to. It is so beautiful, it's so natural. There's little things that I would change. Everything looks like a picture that's already made. This is like a piece of heaven in West Africa. Jenna, you know what? You look fantastic in that Ghanaian print, so I think I need you there with the girls for a picture.
Thought you'd never ask.
Next time you're looking for a little spark for your wardrobe, look past London, Milan, New York and Paris and follow the cotton road to Ghana.